Welcome to episode 36. Right, I need to wire up this this taillight assembly. Just a quick run through of the wire colours because I made a quick note of them here. So I've got green being the right hand indicator. There you go. I've got yellow being the left hand indicator. There you go. Got brown is the brake light. Boom. And white is a running light. Boom. Okay. Here's the rear light array off the bike. I'm going to attach it. I've got these, I'll show you. I've got a whole bunch of these waterproof connectors off eBay. And there are 5 wires on my little array, if you remember. Black, green, yellow, brown and white. The brown and white is the brake and the light. I'm actually going to combine those onto one wire. Because if I get my Motogadget instruction manual, there is a one wire rear light setup. So one goes to the brake, 2 wires, 1 earth. So I can take these 5 wires, drop them into 4. This is a 4 wire connector. So that's my plan. There's a bit of config required on the M-unit to make that 2 into 1 work, which I'll work out later. But let me just show you these little things. So the way these work is it's a pin and a square. Zoom into that. Yep. So that's ultimately the connection, that into that, yeah. And the way it works is, get this right way around. Yeah. So the pin ones are on this end, because they'll go through that hole there. When you push this red clip on to lock it into that. So the way these go in is these fit in there and lock in place somehow. I won't know until I've done one. So what I'm going to do is prep my cables up, attach them to 4 of these, because that's this end, and then I can attach my 4 output cables to that and then to the M-unit. But this is about wiring this up. Let's go. First of all, I need a bit longer sleeve. Okay. And then the 2 I'm putting together are the brown and the white. I'll do those first. These are actually tinned on the end. See that? I'll zoom in. Will you zoom in on that? See that? They're tinned. Cool. Right, so I want those to be a bit longer as well. Let me show you what I've done. Okay, black is the earth. I've combined the brown and the white together as per our book, and the almond green are the other 2. I've put some heat shrink on these because to keep them waterproof, these switches, you have a little yellow silicone sleeve, which is going to go over the wire. That way around, I think, actually. So, and the wires themselves are too thin without the sleeves, so that's going to provide me with a waterproof seal. Wrong way around, mate. So that's going to provide me with a waterproof seal when I push it in the hole. In the hole, you see. Okay, there you have the little rubber bung things. So, right, now I'm going to cramp these on here. So what I'm going to do, I can show you this. These just, oh, there you are. These just crimp over the wire like that, and then they grab it. So let me do these. Maybe there's a proper tool for this, but I've got a pair of snap nose pliers. Push that in the hole like so, and squeeze quite hard. And that worked. Okay. See that? Right, 3 more of them. Crimped. So, what I'm going to do now is push these one at a time into here. First one in is yellow indicator. Going to push these in. Second one in is that the right indicator. No, I'm doing this order. It's my lights, my 2 lights, brake another. Third one is the other indicator. Last one's earth. Oops, not quite through yet. Come on, earth. Okay. They've all pushed forward, and now I can move me silicone bungs into place. To affect that waterproof seal. That's my waterproof seal, and then my last little bit of heat shrink. I will just bring those all together like that. Like so. And that makes it so you can only put this in one way, because there's a blade in there. Okay, like it. Okay, these are numbered, you can see there. Yep, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in no particular order. 4 is my yellow left indicator, 3 is my lights, which is brake and the running light, 2 is the right hand indicator and 1 is earth. Great, that'll do me. Right, so we've reattached our rear light to our light rig thing, and at the other end, of course, we have our newly fitted one of those. Off camera, because it's only wiring and stuff, I have done the other end of that. If you recall from our list of things, the right hand indicator, which is green on the array, is the white cable. The yellow cable is the left hand indicator. The violet one is my brake light and rear light, and the black is the earth. So I've just wired those into this spaghetti thing, and yeah, let me plug that together and I'll show you. So this just there's a tab in there to prevent misalignment. That's just great, isn't it? Okay, works too. Okay, I've moved my headlight over here, so I've got all the lights in the same place. So that is now my wiring for the LED tail light in, and the front indicators in, and the headlight in. Super good. So now we will move over here and look at our friend, the Motoscope Pro, with its millions of wires at the end. Let's make some sense of that. Okay, so here is my wiring for this Motoscope Pro. So a couple of wires we can dispense with straight away. The blue and the purple, I'll just heat shrink up to get them out of the way. So we have a yellow wire which goes to the tacho signal on the coil, which is one of these. I can't remember which one it is now, but it's one of those there. I think it's the brown. Actually, I'll have to look at my OEM wiring diagram. We have a speed indicator. I have got an Acewell Speedo, which fits beautifully in the place of the OEM Speedo. So I'm using that as my Speedo. I'm not using this Motogadget bus, so orange can be dispensed with. Green is the menu one. That's the one that comes out of the handlebar controls. You recall we fed a green wire for that. Black's earth, red and brown to the power and ignition with a fuse which came in the packet. So that's going to take some doing, but that's the challenge. Okay, let me tell you what I've decided to do. So I'm going to take the red, brown and black, because they're all power related. I'm going to put those on a 3er. Yeah. I'm going to have the menu push button on its own with a single connector, and then the tacho and speed on a 2er. And then the blue, purple and orange, which I'm not going to use, I will fold out of the way for now and heat shrink them so they're available for future use. Right, it has to be blue, purple and orange wires. I'll fold those back like that, and I'll throw some heat shrink over to keep them out of the way, keep them out of trouble. However, they will be there for future use. Okay. Right then, so the green is a single. The yellow and white are the 2, and these are going in the 3. Like that. Okay, I spared you the tedium of cable termination, but let me tell you what I've done. I've obviously stripped the wires back. I've put a little bit of heat shrink over each cable, but not quite long enough so I can see the colours at the bottom. See that? I've also put a bit of extra heat shrink over here, which I can set up later on. So I've crimped on my terminal ends, not forgetting my little waterproof silicone jobbies. Right, so we said we were going to do the first one, which is the green, is going to be a oneer. That's me oneer. Let's get that set up. Does that need to come out first? It does. So green one. I think it's that way up. Soon find out. So let me push my little silicone thing in. That's my first one done. Okay. Next I wanted the yellow and white. It's going to be a 2. Right, so yellow and white. Okay, I'll do white first, and white's going into number 1. Okay. Oops. And yellow into number 2. Yeah, they're a lot more positive those, aren't they? Look. So white is number 1. Can you see the number 1 on there? Can you see the number 1? Number 2. So white is number 1. And yellow is number 2. Get your bungs in. Right, only remains for my last ones, which are red, brown and black. Black is my earth. Okay. Red, brown, black. Just need this for numbers. Okay, so the brown one I'll put in the middle. Okay, red in number 1. And black in number 3. And there we have our terminated cables. Okay, I shall drop my bits through there. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to attach this. There's 2 M3 screws. They require a bit of thread lock on them. So what I'll do is I'll actually put the thread lock in the hole. That's how I'll do it. Like so. Just stay there a second. These screws are super small, so what I'll do is I'll do one. These are the sorts of ones, if you drop them, you won't see them again. So, ultimate care needed. Okay. Just nip them up. They don't be mega tight, do they? It's very small, but there you go. And now I want to feed my cables through the gap in the frame. The reason I've done 3 and not 1 of 6 is so I can get them through the holes. Come on. There you go. Quick explanation of what I'm doing wiring wise. Okay, so the green I've connected to the output of the M button, which is the config button. That's gone on the 1. I've connected that. These two are not connected at the moment. Okay, so the red, okay, goes through a little fuse and goes to the red terminal, positive terminal even. The brown goes to the ignition switch and the black goes to earth. Let me actually show you that. So there's my red with an inline fuse which goes to this point on the Motogadget M-unit. The brown wire goes to my ignition switch and the black wire goes to my collection of earths. Okay, so we turn it on. Oh, we got that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we have power. Power to the gadget. Right, so next task is therefore the tacho and speedo. Okay, I'm a little unsure the ASML will work with the Motoscope, so to give it a bit of a practice, what I've done is there's 2 outs of off the sensor. There's a red and a white. I've stuck the red, just plugged it into the Oki. That's the input sensor for speed on the Motoscope Pro, and the other end is earthed with our marvellous earth thing there, and then the other end is attached to a power drill. Yeah, so idea is that when I press the drill, Yeah. Well, it's getting some sort of signal. Guessing that works then. Righty, well here's where we are with our diagram now. So speed sensor, which appears to work, that's good news. This is the rear brake switch. Did I show you that? I can't remember. Rear brake switch. The only wire that's not actually installed is this tacho wire. I'll do that later on because I also want to rejig this when I do the charge circuit, which is coming soon. So as always, I've done my PowerPoint version. Looks like that. Yeah, quite pleased with that. So far so good. Okay, we shall leave it there. Quite pleased with the progress this week. I think things are pretty much working as they should, which is a good thing. Hope you liked it. If you did, press like. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, because there's loads of this going on. There's loads you've missed as well. Comments, questions, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.